nominal.
Sometimes Quentin is really mean to me, but my mom says I have to be nice anyway.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
Excuse me.
Your quarters are just inside, ma'am. When you're finished here, ma'am, Father wants to see you.
We've got a badass over here.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
All maintenance requests should be directed to the Facilities Division.
Hello, Mother.
Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
I try and talk it out. See if things can be resolved peacefully.
An admirable goal. And yet we find the group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired, and they no doubt mean to free these synths. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of.
They mean well.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result. Usually they are a minor nuisance. I'm afraid we've reached the... We have learned the current location of these synths.
Where are the synths located?
A small settlement, but it's important that we act on this. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting...
Hey, I'll act quick.
You'll have a contact waiting.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have... We move in.
Shouldn't we try to avoid killing anyone?
Irrelevant. Here are the recall codes. Follow me. SRB intelligence reports indicate that the synths are being held below the main structure in the settlement. It would appear the Brotherhood of Steel has also taken note. The mission's parameters just changed. Go and shoot. Requesting backup.
I've been looking for you.
No, I got money. It's yours if you let me go.
F633. Initiate reset. Authorization code Delta 62 Argus. All right, Sam. C322. Initiate reset. Authorization code Gamma 49 Typhoon. You there, Synth. B257. Initiate reset. Authorization code Theta 93 status. No sudden moves.
Please, no.
Y915, initiate reset. Authorization code Beta 77 Tempest. Come on, boy. It's time to go.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
But why refreeze me?
As a failsafe, of course. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Why let me out now? After all this time.
Well, that's hard to explain. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Shaun, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. Well, it's remarkable. There are greater things to come after your success at Bunker Hill. The synths have been safely returned and will be repurposed. Thank you for your work. I hope you weren't at too much risk.
There's always a risk. It was worth it.
I'm glad you see it that way. The railroad remains an annoyance, of course. But they'll be dealt with as necessary. And you, well, you've passed the test, as they say. You have done well. Please, take this as a token of my appreciation. Our appreciation, really. It's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Hey,
I'll make some time for you.
your thoughts?
Any perks being close to the big boss?
That's all for now.
Of course.
Requisition clearance granted. How may I help you?
what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace.
Sweet. Nice.
Scanners detecting sentient life. Alert level elevated. Standing down.
That's it. Nice.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program had repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. You understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is she doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure, with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I have no idea what that is.
I'll admit I'm relieved. It's intended to be something of a classified project, which I'm sure means everyone already knows about it. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
What kind of compromises?
We have at times had to rely on drawing power from above-ground installations. It risks personnel and equipment, but no longer. Phase 3 is simply the act.
Sure.
It will ensure not just...
Whoa. Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I am not overly fond of putting my own mother in harm's way, she has proven more than capable of handling herself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What? Please, be serious.
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my mother as my successor.
Oh, boy. You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? She isn't one of us. She isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my mother has already proven herself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once.
I'm sorry, Mother. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute... That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest. There are hard decisions ahead.
Well, I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely vaporize you.
The interceptor worked. It was rough, but it worked.
Amazing. And what about the serum? Did you find the serum?
I've got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see.
This place smells horrible.
Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
How are you going to test it?
On myself, of course. That was the plan. This serum will only counteract the specific strain of FEV that I infected myself with. All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
How long will it take?
I don't know. No, I'm going to rest for a while. In any event.
Protect and serve.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means you're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator.
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I've got it in my...
You're going? That complicates things.
Not really, no. I admit I'm not fond of going up top, but I promise to stay out of your way. This device we're after? It's very sensitive equipment, and it's pretty damn old. So, are you going to put up a...
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one piece. But here we are. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move. We don't want them getting the agitator. Head on up to the relay, and I'll...
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
That should do it. Elevator ought to have power again. Yes. Yes.
Something's out there. Fighting is pointless. Why don't you make this easy for both of us? I find you. Everything looks green.
There's the reactor. Not a bad piece of work for its time. Got it.
Knew you had it in you.
Allie, looks pretty dangerous in there. You have any sort of radiation protection on you?
Don't worry about me. I'm all set.
Okay, good. See? This is why I wore the suit. Look, they worked on the reactor here. They must... Guess they weren't so good at mitigating radiation back in those days.
This can't be
Levels
good.
are almost off the charts.
Now cycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed. Decontamination complete.
Got a bad
No, God! No! God, please, no! No!
Lockdown ended.
These guys just don't know when they're beaten, do they? I'll help the synths buy some time. Make sure you get back to the Institute with the agitator.
My order.
Sounds like those raiders are... When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
No one can talk about it.
Hello.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
Dr. Fillmore?
I think that was enough excitement for, well, ever. Thank you, really. Couldn't have managed it without you. I'll make sure the agitator gets where it needs to go. I understand Father is anxious to get you involved in something else. You'd better not keep him waiting.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace.
Not that I know. I feel quite well.
Interesting. How's your energy level? Feeling any fatigue?
No more than I'd expect from a man of my age.
Interesting.
Yes.
You wanted to see me?
I understand mass fusion was a success, despite interference from the Brotherhood of Steel.
We handled them just fine.
That's what Dr. Fillmore reported. I'm quite pleased at the results.
Sure.
The Brotherhood's intervention must be placed in a larger context, however, given their penchant for hoarding technology. Future conflict with them is guaranteed. We are, after all, keepers of the most advanced technology. It also cannot go unnoticed that there were...
Right.
I, of course, never doubted your commitment to our cause. But I'm proud of you, regardless. And look at me. I'm wasting time.
Whatever it is, I can take care of it.
I certainly hope so. This situation, I'm afraid, is something of your creation, however, unintentional.
Just got out of jail. And he was looking for a job. I gave him Rob's name, WD's address and stuff.
Okay.
And gave him your name. I don't know if you can read.
If I've done something to jeopardize the Institute, I'll fix it. You have my word.
I have no doubt that you will. But it's nothing quite so dire. While you were assisting Dr. Fillmore, a second team was sent out to...
Oh yeah, he does, and if the guy's willing to work, we could definitely use more
Apparently,
workers.
there was some miscommunication, and this individual called for help, which arrived in the form of your Minutemen. My understanding is that no shots have been fired. I would like it to stay that way. I need you to go there and speak. Dr. Thompson is on. I know you can resolve this situation.
They'll listen to me.
Believe me.
Sure.
Hey, General.
What's going on here?
You're an unexpected surprise. We could use the backup. These Institute bastards aren't getting away. They'll have to go through us to get out of there. We don't know quite what we're up against, but it's good you're here to help. How did you hear about this?
You've done good work.
Thank you. Sir, so, how do you want to play this? We thought about trying to lure him out here, since it'd be easier to kill him. But then we realized we probably ought to storm the place, to make sure they can't disappear on us. That makes sense, right? So, you want to lead the charge?
No one is going to do anything. Tell your men to stand down.
Are you kidding me? If we don't do something now, they're gonna take that poor guy wherever it is they go. And we'll have failed. Again. Are you gonna order the attack or not?
This whole thing is just a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding. Can't wait to hear this. Explain to me how this is a misunderstanding.
The Institute wants the same things you do. We can find a way to work together.
I don't know about that, but look, if nothing else, you'd best get in there and make sure that man's okay. I'll make sure no one makes a move on him in the meantime. But, well, you'd better be right about this.
Oh, thank God you're here. I was starting to worry we might not make it out of this mess.
Everything's taken care of. You're safe.
Good. Good. It was bad enough.
The Minutemen were only doing what they felt was right.
Well, from here it looked like they were out for blood. Can we just get on with this, please? I know he's potentially important to face.
Right? If he's really important...
You're right. I know they've been keeping an eye on him for years, but once they realized how... I think they even fed him scientific material from time to time. Let's just get Wallace.
No argument from me.
Right. There's just... well, I was thinking.
No problem.
I hope so.
Useless. Mr. Wallace, I'm here to talk to you.
You're another one of them, aren't you? Are you a robot?
I mean you no harm. No one here does, all right? We're just here to talk.
You're not stealing my organs, or shooting me into space, or whatever it is you do. I won't let you. I've heard all the stories. I know exactly what happens to people when the Institute shows up. Well, it's not happening to me.
Hey, just calm down, okay? I just want to talk to you.
Fine, fine. What do you want from me?
The Institute needs your help, Mr. Wallace. It's as simple as that.
My help? With what?
The Institute has an engineering problem that your scientific expertise could help solve. In exchange for helping us out, you'd be granted access to the most advanced research facility imaginable. Whatever research you wanted to perform, anything, it's possible there. I promise. You'd be safe and secure in a way that's completely impossible anywhere else.
You'd be helping us create a better world.
That sounds good. Okay, fine. I'll go.
You must be pretty excited being named the next director. Okay. I think we've got this under control now. Thanks. I mean, thanks for the assist.
Hey, I'm here to help. You're welcome.
I really mean it. I owe you one. I'll see you back in the Institute.
We've got a badass over here.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
Ah, there you are. I cannot express how pleased I am. Our new guest is familiarizing himself with his surroundings. Yet he's already pointed out several inefficiencies in our methods. With his help, Phase 3 will be ready in no time. And it's all thanks to you.
A lot of work went into this before.
It shouldn't take long at all. There is one more part for you to... It is time to announce our presence.
That's a good idea.
Yes, that is one. We've prepared some...
Use the microphone here.
For years now, you have suspected that the Institute still exists, that we are among you. It's true, but it's not the whole truth. We are here, and we are here to help. Our superior technology represents the future of the Commonwealth. Today, we activate our nuclear reactor, ensuring that we will persevere long after the world above ground ceases to exist. Ensuring that mankind has a future. We have no desire to interfere in the unimportant details of your personal freedoms. We simply insist that you do not interfere with Institute operations. To do so would result in tragedy for all involved. Rest easy. Know that the future is in safe hands, and that mankind will thrive under our guidance.
Well, that was... interesting. Perhaps not what we originally intended, but it will certainly get your point across. Now it's time to make sure that everyone hears it. How would you feel about making a little trip to Diamond City?
I could use some fresh air.
A quaint phrase. The radio station in Diamond.
Sure.
If we'd like the people to... Before we preempt that, I've been assured that the necessary parts... Report back when you're done.
Hi. There.
If you need my help, I'm there.
Okay. Let's try this.
Hey, I mean, hi. Again.
Maybe this goes here.
Hi.
All right. In you go. Oh.
This radio station, well, you notice there aren't any other ones. So,
Travis.
I don't, okay. I usually don't. This is why.
Best part of my day is coming home to my girl.
Enjoy your trip to the big city. It's done then? The transmitter has been modified.
Everything is in place. It's ready to go when we are.
Good. Once the reactor is online, I'll let you do the honors. This, my friends, is the moment we've all worked toward. After all your effort, the time has finally come to start our reactor. No longer will we be forced to compromise to survive. No more will we need worry about outpacing our resources. My mother and I couldn't be more proud of what you have helped us. And we look forward to achieving even greater things in the future. The Institute is now truly mankind's best. Thank you. All of you.
Shaun?
It's almost hard to believe. After all those years of hard work, here we are. We've arrived. Look what you've made possible.
We're all responsible for this success.
Spoken like a true leader. I'm proud of you. There's more work to be done before the Directorate has convened a meeting about how to...
Power demand jumped another 5% this year.
A lot of us will have a hard time accepting an outsider as our next director. It won't be easy.
I apologize for any disruptions that my work might cause you.
Couldn't be more pleased with Father's choice for a new director. Congratulations.
I'm happy to be here, Dr. Fillmore. I hope I do the position justice.
I'm sure you will.
Right now, we're all here because it's finally time to stand up for ourselves.
Let's not be dramatic, Justin.
There's nothing dramatic about it. We're in a position to push back, to assert ourselves here. That's what we've talked about all along.
To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups. With the reactor now online, we have the ability.
I'm sure the reactor...
Yes, but the Directorate has agreed that...
Let's not beat around the bush. The Directorate...
As the incoming director, we felt it important. So, where do you stand?
If this has to happen, we keep the violence to a minimum. We're not out to destroy the Commonwealth.
Of course. It was never the intention to call. As director, it's up to you. We'd like your input on what direction we should take.
I'll tell you what. You make the call. Surprise me.
Okay then. I'll come up with something. That's all we have for the moment. I believe...
To be frank, I don't agree with Father's decision, but I'll accept it.
My compliments on getting V592 back to us so quickly.
Be reasonable. I know you can hear me. Now open this door. What's the use?
What's going on?
Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken have decided to protest. They've taken control.
Have they made any demands?
Not yet.
Maybe I can reason with them.
I believe I can help with that. I can unlock the maintenance. From there, you should be able to communicate. If you can't reason with them, you can use... That should give you some options.
We need the key.
Here we are. Just give me a moment. There, it's unlocked.
Movement detected. Curious. Attacking human.
something. Made it past the guards, hmm? Impressive.
Lawrence.
If you've come to change our minds, then you're wasting your time.
I know you're angry, but there's a better way to handle this.
Oh, you're wrong. You see, I've tried talking. Let's see if anyone can...
Father believes in me. The least you can do is give me a chance.
How could you hope to lead us when you... I'm sure you mean well.
I'm under no illusion that this will be easy.
Your determination is admirable. The truth is simply this.
Can't you at least give me a chance?
A chance? What do you think, Max?
Even the most fastidious researcher must sometimes take a leap of faith. I say let's give it a try.
Very well, then. Open the door, and let's return to the fold.
Abort command override and resume normal function.
Bravo! I admit I was fearing for the worst, but I can see that I underestimated you.
I'm just glad they listened to reason.
There is one further matter to discuss. Obviously, some kind of disciplinary.
Put them on probation. Limit their access to quarters and non-working areas.
That's more than fair. I'll see to it that everyone's notified. I'll take that holotape back. I also wanted to offer you something. I know that your work often takes. I gathered these items together.
I suppose I'll never be trusted again.
Ah, there you are. You've met with the director. I assume they made their intentions known? It was difficult for them to reach the decision to engage in open hostility. What about you? You agree with their decision?
There's no good answer. Taking action puts us at risk, but inaction could be deadly.
And yet, as a leader,
You know, Mother, it's no secret that you worked with the railroad in order.
The depth of your involvement with them has been called into question. The question is, where do you stand with them?
How I feel.
No, it is important for the Institute's position in the Commonwealth to be seen as our primary above-ground operative and someone who has had...
Sure.
So what I'm getting at, simply,
There has to be another
I'm afraid the time for hesitation has passed. We must act decisively.
I can take care of them.
Good.
just heard the most fascinating rumor. The story goes that you actually found the Institute. Been there and back again. Sounds crazy, right?
It's all true.
Deacon says you used teleportation. I can't imagine. You must feel justifiably proud of what your Minutemen have achieved. Eventually, the Minutemen will devise their own plan, but I doubt your soldiers will place it. I'm counting on you being...
I'll stick with my people in the Minutemen.
Of course I'm disappointed, but hope...
Desdemona.
Please, work with us instead of the Minutemen. The lives of many synths are at stake.
I'll stick with my people in the Minutemen.
Of course I'm disappointed.
Come on. If you need my help, I'm there. It's only a matter of time. Look alive, everyone.
Systems locked. Building statistical model for Operation Tea Party.
Ham.
Processing. Agent. Whisper. Your arrival was not calculated.
That's a strange way to say.
Temporarily on preliminary adjustments to... I was.
Well.
Introductory token. I provide first...
What?
Caution.
Even if you're wrong?
Repeat. Caution. Operation query. What is your...
I'm from Vault 111.
Accessing. Conversation.
Ham.
Analyzing. Solving for theta n when I approaches probability bounds. Commencing recurrence analysis using de Brovian method.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace.
And so, the work is done. I am sorry. I know it was likely difficult for you.
It was tough. Yeah.
I assure you that there was no other way. There is obviously one final threat the Institute faces.
What is it? What?
Well, the Brotherhood of Steel covered. They will eventually come. We need to destroy.
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. But the problem with the Brotherhood of Steel goes beyond the edges of the Commonwealth. It's not enough to destroy them here.
There are more of them out in the world, Mother. And they too will come for us.
I hope you're not too overwhelmed.
You have something in mind if that happens?
I'd like to prevent it from happening in the first place. We will show them that if they interfere with us, the very technology they value so highly will be turned against them. We will teach them that we can appear at a moment's notice, wherever we please, and they cannot ever stop us. They will know better than to ever interfere with us again.
You seem pretty convinced this will work.
The Institute is nothing if not thorough. Dr. Lee should be expecting you in her lab. She can fill you in on the details. Time is of the essence.
At last, we have power adequate to our needs.
Dr. Lee.
What can I do for you?
Shaun says it's time.
Ah, that. Well, let's get to it. Dr. Orman, over here, please. It's time.
What now? I'm still working over the code that the robotics sent over. The algorithm is a mess. It's not even close to peak efficiency.
It would seem we've run out of time. Let's go. We're going to cover the basics of the operation as it stands now. Dr. Orman has done most of the prep work, so I'll let her explain.
Okay, thanks. Is this really exciting, or is it just me? So, you know that the Brotherhood's main operation is at the airport, right?
I'm aware of that, yes.
Okay, good. If they were a little less intelligent, we wouldn't even be talking about this. We'd have just swarmed them with synths. But they're not idiots. They've managed to generate an EM field that's messing with our ability to relay in.
So we just relay onto the airship and sabotage it.
Won't do us any good. There's no direct connection between their robot and the airship, so the immediate area around their encampment is a no-go. They don't, however, have the entire airport covered. We can relay you into a point at the edge of the airport, and then you can get in and take down the generators.
We'll have the element of surprise, if nothing else.
Exactly. You'll have surprise on your side. Should give you some time before they can organize a real defense. For every generator you take down, it means we can start relaying in synths, giving you even more of an advantage. And, oh! I almost forgot. Take these.
And these would be...
Oh, you'll like this. This thing, and I haven't come up with a good name for it yet, it basically deploys a beacon marker. Wherever they land, we can lock onto them and relay synths directly to that position. If there's a hotspot, you can drop synths right on it. We've only got a few of these. so put them to good use. Don't go tossing them into the bay.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm impressed.
I know, right? I mean, thanks. I thought it was neat. But still, it's just to help. Your real job will be to reach Liberty Prime. You know the deal with that, right?
It's the Brotherhood's giant robot.
Right. They think it's... We've taken everything we know, made a few modifications, and, this part was my idea, uploaded the whole thing into a modified synth, capable of delivering the virus directly into Liberty Prime. The little guy is going to be exposed and vulnerable, so you'll have to keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't get shot, you know?
With Liberty Prime on...
He's not going to go stomping around, and he won't be taking orders. And he'll absolutely recognize their airship. So your end goal is ultimately pretty simple. Get to the... Oh, and don't worry. We'll pull...
If you have any questions, now's the time to ask.
Have we got a plan B?
We don't need a plan.
No questions. Let's do this.
Very well. Good luck to you.
Dr. Lee might not show it, but I can tell she's excited about having the reactor on the way.
Been hearing things all day.
Let me end your suffering.
Got a badass over here.
Got
Surprise assault. Fan out.
Engaging target.
Get down!
Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizen. With us all right there.
God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Combat initiated.
Shutting down.
Updated tactical assessment. Red Chinese presence detected. Aerial incursions by communist forces. Cannot succeed. Initiating directive 7395. Destroy all communists.
Hey.
What is it?
Hey.
Of course. Anything you need.
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
Oh.
It's my responsibility to make sure this place runs smoothly.
Hello, Shaun.
Ah. There you are. I've already heard the news. But of course you wouldn't be here if it weren't a success. I'm glad it worked, but I'm glad you're safe.
Are you comfortable?
It's good of you to ask. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Just take care of the Institute. Take care of its people. They're good people. You know that. Allie has always been loyal to the Institute. And to me. You can rely on her for help. Once I'm gone, it's all up to you.
I'll do my best.
I know you will. Don't worry about me. You need to look ahead. Focus on the future. Our time together has been strange, hasn't it? I spent years wondering what you were like. Thinking about all we missed out on. I want you to know that I'm grateful for the time we've had.
I'm glad I found you.
As am I. Thank you. Mother, you've helped a boy achieve his dreams. I think I'd like to sleep now.
I've lost Shaun. All over again. I close my eyes. I see my life before all of this. Before the bombs. Everything can change in an instant, and the future you plan for yourself shifts, whether or not you're ready. At some point, it happens to all of us. This was not the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in. The Commonwealth. My home. Ripped apart and put back together. I thought I hoped I could find my family. Cheat time, make us whole again, the way we were. But now I know. I know I can't go back. I know the world has changed. The road ahead will be hard. This time I'm ready. Because I know war. War never changes.
We've got a badass over here.
I know this is a difficult time, but you're the director now. It's time for you to lead us.
Excuse
Don't tell
me, Allie?
He's gone, isn't he? I'm very sorry. I know this must be difficult for you.
He mentioned you. Said he always trusted you.
That's very complimentary. Thank you. I hope you'll feel the same going forward. Obviously, the director's quarters are now yours. I'll see to it that requisitions is restocked and have them add in some additional items to be used at your discretion. Some of the divisions may still need your help. Consider checking in with them. Good luck, Director.
Maybe you already know this, but, well, Father was very proud of you.
Doc?
It's a real juggling act, trying to keep all the systems down here operating in the green. This place might look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology in these walls. I lose sleep worrying about when the next blackout's gonna hit.
Looks like everything's running great. I'd say you're doing your job.
Hey, thanks. It's nice to be appreciated. Most people just take my work for granted. It's the kind of work that only gets noticed when something goes wrong, if you know what I mean. There's some stuff I need to check on. See you around, yeah?
Dad says I'm as good as he is with computers.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
I wasn't sure about it. Not at first. Now I can see why Father chose you to lead us.
You were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing
I'm really sorry about Father. I mean, Shaun.
I'm not scared of the surface.
Father has done remarkable things. I would not exist were it not for him.
Hi. Isn't it wonderful here?
We've improved security in bioscience. Now nobody can lock us out.
All systems nominal.
You went through so much to find your son, only to lose him. I'm so sorry.
Yeah?
Scanning. Subject identified.
Have you seen J522 around? He didn't show up for duty today. I can't seem to
Dr. Lee? Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... I'm sorry, I don't so...
Huh?
Sometimes I feel like people look at me for way too long. I don't like it.
Hey, Shaun. Hi, son.
I'm glad I don't have to keep waiting. I didn't want to forget. Here, this is for you. It's a holotape from Father. He said to give it to you, but not to listen to it. Is it true that he died? I liked him. He was always really nice to me.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's true. I'm gonna miss him.
But you're in charge now, right? You must be pretty excited about that. Hey, Mom, can you do something for me? Next time you're above ground, can you look for something? I want to try building some new stuff. I can really use an old alarm clock. I bet I can make something really useful for you.
Wow, well, look at that. I've got one right here.
I bet I could do some really neat stuff with this. I hope it's useful. Maybe if you can't do anything with it, you could sell it to someone.
Excuse me.
Sometimes I'm scared, but it all seems okay when you're here.
If you are hearing this, then the time has come. I am gone. I can no longer look after young Shaun. I hoped that you might be willing. He has been reprogrammed to believe he is your son. I hope that was not too presumptuous on my part. Both he and you deserve a chance to be a family. Please, take care of him.
Oh, heavy stuff, heavy stuff.
Imagine what you must be feeling. Losing your son so
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia is a real medicine.